he can remove the illusion, even of ordinary living entities like us. These are his inconceivable potencies. See, Kṛṣṇa, you might say, well, how can the tiny living entities realize the supreme absolute truth? How is it possible? You know, we have so many defects, such limited intelligence, but Kṛṣṇa can do anything, including reveal himself even to the fallen conditioned souls and make them enlightened. That's Kṛṣṇa's inconceivable potency. Srila Rupa Goswami therefore offers his obeisances unto Kṛṣṇa by saying, Kṛṣṇa, who is present as a human being, has as his mere shadow the whole material nature. He has expanded himself into so many cows, calves, and cowherd boys, and he has again manifested himself in all of them as the four-handed Nārāyan. He has taught millions of Brahmas self-realization, and thus he is worshipable not only by the heads of all universes, but by everyone else also. Therefore, let me always accept him as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is in connection with that story about Lord Brahma. When Indra was defeated by Kṛṣṇa in the matter of taking the Parijata plant from heaven, Narada met Indra and criticized him. O Indra, great king of heaven, Kṛṣṇa has already defeated Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva. So what can be said of an insignificant demigod like you? Well, I bet Indra didn't want to hear that. Indra, he's so much in the mode of passion, you know. He very easily becomes insulted. This is a characteristic of a person who is conditioned by the mode of passion. That the slightest little insult, and they become very offended. But of course, because Narada is the sage among the demigods, Indra couldn't say anything. He was just like... Oh boy. Narada Muni, of course, was criticizing Indra jokingly, and Indra enjoyed it. In Narada's statement, it is confirmed that Kṛṣṇa was able to illusion even Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, as well as Indra. So there is no question of Kṛṣṇa's power to do the same to lesser living entities. A description of Kṛṣṇa's power in minimizing the sufferings of sinful reactions is given in Brahma Samhita as follows. Beginning from the great king of heaven down to the ant, everyone is undergoing the reactions of past deeds. But a devotee of Kṛṣṇa is relieved from such reactions by the grace of Kṛṣṇa. By the grace of Kṛṣṇa. It's not a mechanical process. It's not that you chant Hare Krishna and somehow or other the samskaras in the mind are dissolved and because of this we become relieved from karma or something like it. It's not mechanical. No, it's by the grace of Kṛṣṇa. See, this material nature is functioning under Kṛṣṇa's will. Kṛṣṇa makes the laws of material nature, like the laws of karma, the laws of action and reaction, the laws of material elements, and so on. So, if Kṛṣṇa wants to excuse someone from their karma, then he can do it, because the whole material nature is following his laws. So he can also remove those laws. He can also nullify them. He can also make an exception. He makes the rules, and he can also make the exceptions. So Vedanta Sutra describes the state of the self-realized soul as someone who has all their karmic reactions removed. And therefore, they don't take another birth. They don't take another material body. But the only karma that is left is called the prarabdha karma. Prarabdha means like a fruit, a fructified, ripened fruit. So that karma, which is ready to manifest in this life, at least to a certain extent, remains. And why is this? This is so that the enlightened souls can act as spiritual masters and teach the other souls in the material world by example, because they went through the process and they can show this process to the others. If Kṛṣṇa removed all the karma from the enlightened souls, they would simply cease to exist in the material world. They would immediately go back to the spiritual world. But Kṛṣṇa arranges that the self-realized souls get to stay in this world at least for a few years, until the natural time when their body would be finished anyway. So they can teach others and help them to attain the same self-realization. So, this was clearly proved when Kṛṣṇa went to the place of Yamaraj, the Lord of Death, to reclaim the dead son of his teacher. Kṛṣṇa's teacher had requested Kṛṣṇa to bring back his dead son as a Guru Dakshina. And to do so, Kṛṣṇa went to the place of Yamaraj to reclaim that soul, who had been brought there by Yamaraj and was being kept under his control. Kṛṣṇa immediately ordered Yamaraj, "Be benefited by my order and return that soul unto me." The purport of this incident is that even a person who is under the regulative principles of the laws of nature, and is therefore punishable by Yamaraj under those laws, can be granted complete immunity by the grace of Kṛṣṇa. Now, grace in spiritual life is a very specific thing. Grace means that when a very exalted personality grants a benefit to a person who actually doesn't deserve it, but just out of their exalted nature and out of their nature. He was never under the laws of or the three modes. He was always engaged in devotional service, even from the birth itself. He never forgot Kṛṣṇa. He never became conditioned by material nature. And the proof of this is that even at 5 years of age, he was organizing Rath-yatra and other festivals for the benefit of the people in his family. Can you imagine that? A little boy, 5 years old, and he's organizing festivals for Kṛṣṇa. Come on, everybody, chant Kṛṣṇa Kirtan. Come on, dance. Everybody, make a festival for Kṛṣṇa. Come on. He's only 5 years old. So, no ordinary youngster can do this. Only someone who is extremely fortunate. And Srila Prabhupada, I keep talking about Garbhadhan Samskara, and how this is the way to bring high quality souls into the world. Well, Srila Prabhupada was a product of this Garbhadhan Samskara process, and so was Bhaktisiddhanta. Our spiritual master and our spiritual master's spiritual master. They were both Nitya Siddhas. They were both ever liberated souls, consciously created, or I should say conceived, and brought into this world by their parents. Therefore, we call them His Divine Grace, or Srila Prabhupada. See, I will never accept either of those titles, because I'm not a Nitya Siddha. I'm an ordinary sadhana Siddha. I had to work very hard this lifetime to get self-realization. So that's just ordinary Siddha. That's grace. But divine grace, that means someone sent by Kṛṣṇa. Kṛṣṇa sends these souls, these very, very special, highly empowered souls, into this world to spread his teaching, spread his glories and knowledge of him to the conditioned souls. And they're not ordinary souls, not at all. So Srila Prabhupada and Bhaktisiddhanta, they get these special titles. Other people don't deserve them. So why are they taking them artificially? Why are they taking His divine grace? These other sadhana siddhas just like me. Well, what's wrong with these guys? Or maybe not even siddhas. Maybe they're just still in sadhana. But they're taking the title as if they were. See, this is not right. We cannot endorse this. And as the example, we don't take these titles ourselves. We're simply, His grace. Just ordinary grace. Anyway, Krishna's inconceivable potencies have been described by Shukdev Goswami as follows. Krishna is bewildering my intelligence because, although he is unborn, he has appeared as the son of Nanda Maharaj. Although he is all-pervading, still he is held on the lap of Yashoda. In spite of his being all-pervasive, he has become limited by the love of Yashoda. Although he has innumerable forms,